Well, first, I want to thank my colleague from West Virginia for holding this colloquy today, and I enjoyed listening to his colleague from West Virginia talk about it, Senator Capito, and I know Senator Brown was here. Senator Warner from Virginia was out there at the rally just before me. I get to follow him again. And what I said the other day when we were at the rally was the fact that this is not a partisan issue. This is one where you got Republicans and Democrats coming together to identify a real problem. 100,000 miners having their pensions endangered, and 20,000 miners potentially losing their health care at the end of this year. Now, that's a really urgent problem for them. And he did a good job today talking about some of these issues. I loved when Senator Manchin talked about the fact that this country was built on an energy economy that included coal. And I will tell you, we have mined 4 million tons of coal in Ohio. And we're still a state and a country that depends on coal for our electricity. And in Ohio, it's about 58% of us who turn on a light when we go home get our electricity from coal. So it's incredibly important for our economy and has built this country in effect and has given us in Ohio the ability, frankly, to attract a lot of industry because we have had relatively low energy prices, stable energy prices. So this is about telling these miners that for years and years have been doing the hard work, playing by the rules, doing exactly what they're supposed to do, that we're not going to let them down. That's all this is about. And it's just not fair to pull the plug after all these years. And as was noted earlier, having talked to a lot of these miners, some of them are in poor health. And part of the reason they're in poor health is because they were in the coal mines for many years. And there are higher rates of cancer, for instance, among some of these miners. And there are a lot of widows because some of the spouses have moved on. And so this is about keeping true to our commitment and our promise. I do think that we are going to have this committee vote a week from today. I'm told it was pushed back from today to a week from today because the Congressional Budget Office had not done the score yet, you know, what this costs. Okay, that's fine, but let's be darn sure that we do not leave town to go back in October without addressing this issue. And that's something that I'm going to insist on, as will my other colleagues. I've heard from them today. I got a commitment on this. I got a commitment from the leadership, from the chairman, who I know is good to his commitments, and we got to be darn sure that we do the right thing for these miners. We had a hearing on it. We had people come forward and talk about the specifics of it. I will tell you, I know some people have differences of opinion on the fiscal impact of this. As a person who is a fiscal conservative and proud of that, I will tell you the alternative to this is that these plans could potentially go insolvent, and PBGC, which is the government program that backs all these up, the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation, would then be in deep trouble because this is the second biggest multi-employer plan that could be in trouble. That could result in taxpayers having to pick up the tab in a much, much more significant way. So the actuaries have looked at our plan. They believe that the way we do it, it is paid for. They believe that this will enable us to get through this period of time where we've got a tough issue with so many companies going bankrupt. The senator from West Virginia, Senator Manchin, and I have talked a lot about the underlying problem here, which is there are a lot of people who are trying to do away with coal, and the so-called war on coal is leading to some of these bankruptcies of these companies and some of these pension problems. That's part of the issue, too. So the federal government also has played a role here. We need to recognize that as well. So I'm going to thank my colleagues for coming out on the floor today. I want to say that we look forward to the opportunity to debate and to discuss this issue in committee a week from today to get a strong vote. And let's make it a strong bipartisan vote. And let's be sure that it comes to this floor with that kind of support and goes over to the House, and we can get something done here to help those people who did work hard and played by the rules and deserves now for us here in the United States Congress to look out for them. I thank my colleague.